The frantic, scratching sound cut through the evening calm, a desperate metronome against the cold, unyielding glass of the grocery store door. Scrape, whine, scrape, whine. Old Man Hemlock's golden retriever, Captain, was behaving like a dog possessed. His body, usually softened by age, was a coiled spring of anxiety. His paws, raw and bleeding, painted faint crimson streaks on the glass, a silent testament to his hours-long vigil. Embarrassment burned on Hemlock's cheeks, hotter than the fluorescent lights of the Miller's Groceries sign overhead. "Captain, stop it! Heel!" he commanded, his voice a harsh whisper that was lost in the dog's frantic efforts. Shoppers cast annoyed glances, their carts rattling past with a judgmental rhythm. The store manager, a young man with a tired face, had already warned him twice. One more time and he'd have to call animal control. This wasn't his captain. His captain was a gentle soul, a loyal companion who spent his days snoozing at Hemlock's feet and his evenings enjoying slow, quiet walks. This wild, desperate creature was a stranger. Hemlock felt a knot of anger and confusion tighten in his chest. He tugged harder on the leash, his patience worn as thin as the dog's paws. "What has gotten into you?" he muttered, finally dragging the whimpering dog away from the door and back towards his beat-up pickup truck. The ride home was silent, thick with a tension that neither of them understood. That night, Hemlock couldn't sleep. The image of Captain's bloody paws haunted him. The dog lay by the door, not sleeping, but staring intently into the darkness, letting out a low, mournful cry every so often. The anger had faded, replaced by a deep, unsettling worry. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. The next morning, Hemlock was scrolling through the local news on his tablet when a headline froze him in place. "Young cashier's life saved by guardian angel at Miller's Groceries." He clicked, his heart beginning to pound a strange new rhythm. The article detailed how a 19-year-old cashier, a girl named Sarah, had collapsed from a sudden severe diabetic seizure just moments after her shift ended the previous evening. She had a rare, brittle form of diabetes, making her blood sugar levels dangerously unpredictable. Her blood sugar had plummeted so low that she had fallen unconscious in the break room, alone and unseen. She was found only because the store manager, doing his final rounds, heard a faint thud. Doctors said that if she had been found just 10 or 15 minutes later, she might not have survived. The article ended with a quote from Sarah's mother. "It's a miracle. It's like a guardian angel was watching over her, trying to tell us something was wrong." Hemlock's breath hitched. He looked at the timeline. The seizure happened around 6:30 p.m. That was the exact time Captain had started his frantic scratching, his desperate, unending scratching. But why? Captain had never met this girl. It made no sense. He scrolled further, his eyes falling on Sarah's picture, a bright smile, kind eyes. Then he saw the name of her mother, and the world tilted on its axis. It was a name he hadn't seen in over a decade, a name that belonged to the family who had given him a heartbroken 8-month-old puppy after their own daughter, Sarah's older sister, had passed away in a tragic accident. Captain wasn't his first dog, he was theirs. The realization struck Hemlock with the force of a physical blow. He staggered back, his hand covering his mouth. Captain, sensing his owner's distress, limped over and rested his heavy head on Hemlock's knee, his tail giving a weak, hesitant thump, thump, thump against the floor. It wasn't a random girl, it was his first family. Captain, with an instinct that defied logic and time, had smelled her. Not just her, but the scent of her family, the scent of the girl who was the sister of his first beloved owner. And he had smelled the danger, the chemical shift in her body that signaled impending death. He wasn't trying to get inside the store, he was trying to sound an alarm. He was trying to save her. Tears streamed down Hemlock's weathered face as he knelt and wrapped his arms around the old dog. He wasn't a stranger, he was a hero.
His desperate scratches weren't madness, they were a message of love. A love that had never faded, a loyalty that spanned over a decade, refusing to be silenced by time or separation. The owner was left speechless, but his heart understood everything. In that moment, the frantic scratching on a glass door became the most beautiful sound in the world. It was the sound of a promise kept, the sound of a love that never, ever forgets.